Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hi, Dmytro.
Hello,
So
Francisco.
today we have Dmytro with the theme Best Estimation Techniques Usage and how business analysts can help team to estimate precisely. So
Exactly.
Before Dmytro starts, I only want to say that, as usual, a recording will be provided after the presentation. And at the end of the presentation, we will have a Q&A session. So please send your questions to the chat. And as usual, at the end of this, the session, Dmytro, we will choose the best question in this opinion, and the author will receive a badge. So, Dmytro,
Yeah, thank you very
please.
much. Yeah, thank you very much, Francisco. That's great option, guys, to ask your questions, ask everything that you want to know, or you maybe about what you have some doubts, etc., etc. So, we are, as usually, we are open to provide the answers, the best answers for your best questions. And let's start our conversation one more time. Thank you very much, Francisco, for announcement. And right now, guys, as was announced, we're going to review a very interesting topic. Actually, when I thought about this topic, or when I was thinking about this topic, I can say that I want to highlight some specific name of this topic. Yep. So as you can see, guys, we have the two parts. Yeah, here. And the first one is the best estimation techniques usage. What does it mean for us? Yep. First of all, it means for us understanding the whole estimation process, the main accents of our attention during the estimation process, what we should do, what we should be aware about, what we should be aware, and how BA can help the team to estimate precisely. Yeah. So let's review this topic together and have some productive time at the end of such beautiful spring week. My name is Dmytro Lozovytsky. I am Chief Business Analyst in EPAM. And as you know, guys, I am driving a lot of initiatives and taking part in that activities. Also, I like to share my knowledge, and I have different IT experience in different roles: project management, business analyst, PO, product manager, partially, and some kind of activities on delivery management side. So that is why I want to share some knowledge with you today, and let's think together about what we're going to do in estimation process. That is why we identify the next agenda. So the first question will be about the first bunch of information. Yep, will be about estimation process as a regular teamwork activity. The second one, in the second question, we're going to review BA role in the estimation process. We're going to speak a little bit more about this role and estimation process tips and tricks of BA practice as well. As usually, you won't came out from our event without practical tools or practical approaches or techniques. Yep, as usually. So, and yes, as was highlighted, we're going to have some Q&A session time today as well. And traditionally, I want to start my speech with this quote. We don't have the author of this quote, but it seems like folk wisdom. So you always get more than you expected to get. Than you expect to get. Why this thought, or why this quote? What kind of relationship this quote has with to our topic? Yep. So I can say direct. Why? Because estimation technique usage or estimation approach that you're going to implement in your teams has really different kinds of aspects, and usually if you set up everything well, if you set up everything in the right direction, I mean estimation process activities and practice in the right direction, you will get more than expect. Why? Because team will start to act as one unit, the whole one unit, not the separate persons inside the unit, but as a one big and very good organized or very well organized unit. So that is why we need to think about definition. As usually, we need to understand the basis to make the next steps. Yep. So if we talk about the basis, I can highlight that estimation we need to understand estimation definition. Yep. And if you want to, if you Google it, or if you just browse in some dictionaries this meaning of this word, you can find out the row of definitions or the list of definitions. And actually, based on this list, I want to highlight a couple of them, the most interesting and most, I can say, valuable for us. So the first one is about estimation as a considered opinion or judgment. Yeah, guys, as you can see, the keywords considered opinion or judgment. So judgment is always subjective thing, yeah. And the second version of this estimation definition is the next, that a rough calculation of value, quantity, or extent of something. So a rough calculation, not extremely precise, not something else, but rough calculation. And the last one about a little bit more about the judgment, yep, judgment sense. And as you can see, guys, estimation definition means that it's a judgment of worth or character of something, someone or something, yeah, character or worth of character, yeah, very interesting things. So we can say that estimation, the basis of estimation is related to our what? Experience. Yes, exactly, guys, experience. And that is totally makes sense. Why? Because everyone is unique. Yep, I mean everyone as work unit or part of whole work unit, I mean person, employee is unique. Yep, every employee is unique. And we have our personal unique experience. And on our way, we need to understand a couple of things related to our behavior generally, and especially in estimation process, in estimation process too. What kind of specific of our character? First of all, we make analysis of everything in our life, especially in our work life, any kind of events, any kind of information, any kind of actions, etc., due to the prism of our experience. Yeah, and that is why our experience, our concentrated experience, work experience, and our concentrate of knowledge, yep, is a basis of our judgment. Yeah, and judgment is the basis, and you know, guys, the judgment is equal the basis of estimation. Yeah, so that is why this is a key point of estimation basis understanding. Why? How? Because in that key point, we're going to understand, we're going to see how we, what kind of action or prevent actions we need to provide to make our estimation, especially common estimation, not to be a rough calculation, but to be more precise than a rough calculation or just a general judgment. Yep. Why? Because every person has his own opinion based on his own experience. And please remember this thought, and you will see during our webinar that this is absolutely true, and we need to have some kind of flashbacks to estimation basis when we're going to review the next step of estimation process as well. So let's go forward. I guess this is clear. And what else we could have in estimation basis, yeah? Or we can highlight as estimation basis. Not only experience, as I mentioned before, because experience is the most valuable thing, yep. But in that case, we have a couple of additional things as well. And let's start from experience, individual or group experience. This is, what does it mean for us? Let's deep dive in understanding of estimation basis. Yeah, this means that this could be realized consequence knowledge in actions. Yeah, realized knowledge in actions. This is the first part. The second part, of course, could be external information that could have some influence on our decision during estimation process. Yep. So information about specific of objects, same class products. I mean, if we're going to talk about the products and projects, domain areas, etc. Everything that could be useful and everything that make broader our understanding of estimation object. Yep. And of course, experts' knowledge. Yeah, what is that? You know, guys, that you could have the dream team, stars team. Yeah, but this stars team could have some kind of great knowledge and great experience in IT development. But as usually we have in practice, this team couldn't have, for example, enough deep dive understanding of domain area. Yeah, and in that case, when we're going to estimate something, solutions on general level, VBA structure on general level, or maybe some precise things or concrete things, the part of VBS for example, for PI planning, etc. And when your guys in the team don't have enough understanding of the domain, you need to provide some additional support, and this support for your estimation basis could be on expert sites. Yeah, on experts side. So expert knowledge, I mean internal experts, external experts, if you need them, they will provide development and engineering, architecture, business SMEs, QA, and other specialists. Yes, they could provide enough knowledge, additional knowledge that you need to make your estimation better. Yeah, or make the best estimation. Yep, in your activities or during your development activities. Also, guys, don't forget about intuition feelings, and this is not a joke, really. A lot of times I think that you can provide even more than a couple examples when you can't explain why, but you just have some back feelings, and these back feelings was right in your life. And in that case, yep, intuition feelings is also unconscious experience and assumptions. Yep. And these things is also work, but don't be a fan of these things. Yep, just you can use them from time to time, maybe in some separate cases, but it's rare case. Yeah, honestly. So the last point of estimation basis is internal information, project knowledge base, cases, etc. So everything that we going to create on the team level, on group level, to provide the better understanding of objects of our work. Yeah, estimations objects. So This is estimation basis, but everything is start and everything related to experience in some areas. Yeah. And as you can see, the main keywords, yep, again, opinion, judgment, and calculation. So let's go forward. Sense of estimation, yeah. As you can see, you can use, guys, this model to explain in your teams or to your clients what does it mean. What does it mean estimation generally? Yeah. So in the left part of this scheme, you have estimation object, yeah, or objects. They always appears during our development life. And we have some kind of estimation basis that we reviewed before on previous slide. Yeah, I don't want to, I don't want to go through all of them again, because you know about what we are talking right now. And we have some additional point in that formula, estimation approaches and tools. Yes, so what does it mean for us, estimation process generally? We need to understand what kind, on the first step, we need to understand the object of estimation. Based on this object understanding, we're going to, in parallel way, we're going to understand what kind of estimation basis or informational source we can, with what informational source we could operate to get more precise, more complex review or overview of the context of this estimation object usage. Yep. So the basis of estimation, and after that you need to apply the right estimation approach. Right estimation approach. We don't have better techniques of estimation, worst techniques of estimation. We have just applicable techniques how to estimate precisely something new, yep, in our work life, and or not something new as well. And this is the second part of this formula. Yep. So we need to understand, based on common understanding of estimation basis, of the estimation object and estimation basis. This understanding will provide to us the better choice of estimation approaches that we have in our practice. Generally, if you Google it, again, you can see that we have more than 40 estimation techniques or approaches that we're going to use on our practice. 40, oh my God, crazy number, yeah? But it doesn't mean for us that we need to use all of them, yep? Because in our work life, we have usually in more than 80% of the cases, work cases, we need to know maybe 5 or 6. Yeah, we need to operate with 5 or 6 estimation approaches generally. And as you can see, guys, these components in that formula equal average estimation decreases average estimation. Means average estimation. Why average estimation? Because the different information sources, different points of view, different experience application provide to you some kind of insurance that you won't make the stupid mistakes in your judgment, in your opinion, when you're going to estimate something, especially this related to scope of work, yeah? For example, questions, yep. And that is a main sense. You ensure yourself, you save yourself, your team, with providing of average estimation, yep. You decrease probability of mistakes. You decrease your probability of mistakes. That is why estimation process is not only business analyst task, is not only PM task, is not only delivery manager task. This is a task, this is an activity for the whole team, because one head is great, but 10 heads, much better. So Please don't forget about that and remember this wise approach. Yeah. So average estimation decreases probability of mistakes in your work life. In what? Yep, as you can see, as you can see, just specified to this slide, to this model, you will decrease probability of mistakes in your plans, and it means automatically that you will decrease the probability of mistakes in your future actions. So again, that is why estimation approach, this is a common business of the whole team. Yeah. Let's go forward. Estimation principles. Very interesting thing. Yeah. So how you should organize estimation process efficiently. Yep. It makes sense. Okay, we understand what kind of definition of estimation we have. We understand the basis of estimation. We understand the elements in that formula that we need to combine basis, information about estimation object, information about the basis of estimation, information about the estimation approaches. Yep, to set up everything. Yep. But what does it mean in practice? What kind of behavior style you should use on team level to make this process transparent, clear, and applicable, yeah, in our work? So this means for us that everything starts from our head, and in our head, in head of our people in the whole team or teams on teams level, we need to provide the right behavior, and right behavior directly depends on principles that people going to use every time when we talk about estimation activities. So what they are? The first principle is principle about opinion openness. This is a really important thing because when somebody speaks in the team, for example, project manager or product owner as a key team role, yeah, or business analyst, are the people just silent and just make some signs of their heads and now you have no discussion? This is a bad situation, really bad situation. You need to hear the people voice. Why? Because you are not the unique carrier of the whole knowledge in the world. You are just a man, or somebody who going to talk a lot is he or she just a person. And actually executions, yep, or executive roles on the project, they have much more understanding how to apply some concrete details when you're going to discuss some specific questions. That is why they can provide a lot of useful things during discussion. That is why, guys. So please take care about opinion openness. Don't forget about that. Please involve all team members in this process to share their opinions just directly during the discussion. Transparency. The next principle is transparency of discussion. I saw a lot of young teams when not so experienced people, just when somebody, maybe a group of people inside the team, just provide in very push manner their opinion, that this opinion is only right, etc., etc., etc. No, transparency of discussions means that everyone could criticize, but in constructive manner, everyone. And in that discussion, the truth will be born. The truth will be born. Yeah. So that is why you need to organize transparency of discussion. Arguments based on work reality. not only the back feelings you should use as the arguments, but you shouldn't forget about this stuff. When you have some discussion, please provide the arguments and some kind of examples, maybe from your team life, maybe from your previous work life. It doesn't matter, but please connect your arguments with examples in time and proactive, because in that case, when you connect them, you will provide, you will convince people. Yep, because it won't be only blah, blah, blah without any kind of sense. The next point is in time and proactive interaction. Yes, sure, it's common sense because you couldn't just make estimation process as long as possible. Yeah, it's not right. It's not true. You need to have some precise events, for example, for your estimation related to your estimation techniques usage, etc. on team level, and make it in time. Yep, because I mean in time based on the framework, project framework that you're going to use in your practice. Always align these things. And proactive interaction means that everyone in your team or teams need to be proactive. The guys shouldn't evade when PM or PO or product manager or even more business analyst came to them and just told, come on guys, you don't forget about our estimation session today or planning session today. No, or refinement session today. No, everyone needs to care about that in their heads. If you know, guys, that you have the work schedule and in your work schedule you have just some kind of sequence of events, actions, etc. on a repeatable basis. Yep, for sure. You need, if you understand that you need to be prepared to estimation practice, for example, to refinement session with estimation practice, for example, in 2 days, please do your preparations. Don't wait when somebody just remind to you that in 15 minutes before the meeting. It's not right approach. Please be responsible. Commitments, awareness, and acceptance. Yeah. And everyone needs to understand what commitments means. We shouldn't provide our vote automatically. Yeah, okay. Somebody told it will be 5 story points, blah blah blah, etc. And other guys who doesn't care about that just give the vote or silent vote. Yep, and that's all. So you provide the commitment, and if something going wrong, based on your not correct estimation, you will have a trouble in the future, in close future. So please be responsible and make this acceptance based on your involvement, based on your understanding, deep understanding of things, and readiness for change. The last point is also important because on team level, guys, everything changing in our life. Everything changes in our life. Yep, and we have only one stable thing in the whole human life: changes. Other stuff isn't stable. Yeah, other stuff should be changed, and that is why we need to provide some flexibility in our thoughts, in our on teamwork, behavior level, and individual behavior level, to be ready to change our opinion based on, for example, new information, based on some new facts in our work, etc., etc. So we need to replan everything. We need to be ready to replan everything, to rework everything that we need to provide to make our work in the best manner, to make our best. Yep. So this is very important thing. And who need to care about the estimation principles usage on team level? If you think about the project manager, you're right. If you think about delivery manager, you're also right. If you think about dev leads or just QA leads, or just architect guy or business analyst, you also write. So all key team members should provide the examples, act by example. Please provide the light to other candles in your team. Yeah, from your candle to other candle. You won't lose anything. You will be the carrier of the right behavior. Please be the carrier of the right behavior. If we have a couple of people, a couple of persons in our team, or 4 or 5 persons on key project role that have the same behavior, in that case, they decompose this behavior on team level in very fast and very effective manner. Don't forget about that. What we are going to estimate and how. Yeah, this is the main question about techniques, etc. Blah blah blah. So what we're going to estimate. Yeah, and how we're going to estimate some things. So the first of all, we're going to estimate a couple of things during our project life, and we need to understand that we have different techniques or approaches, estimation approaches for different levels. First level is project in general as a business object. And these estimation techniques that you can see, guys, in that list, the most popular of them, please, this is a helper for you guys. This is some kind of checklist that you're going to Google, you're going to investigate, you're going to understand the specific of this technique usage by your own, but generally, it's a helper for you. So project in general as a business object. What kind of estimation objects we can identify on project level? Costs, revenue, profit, timelines, ROI, VBS, etc. Yeah, and popular estimation approaches you can see in the right part of this screen. The second level is most applicable level. I mean, first of all, for business analysts, because we are in that process. So team scope of work per iteration or stage. Yeah, and you can see, guys, that we have what objects we have here. Of course, the part of work breakdown structure per iteration. It means that you can identify development iteration scope of work based on your current or preferable project framework that you're going to use. So PI, sprint, stage, etc. And as you can see, guys, in the right part, in the bottom corner, you see just, I hope, very known things in our life. Planning poker, t-shirt sizing, definitely yes. Dot voting, simple techniques. Bucket system, large, uncertain, small technique. Affinity mapping, ordering method. Method. Sorry. So, and as you can see, guys, this is a separate list of techniques that you're going to use on team level to estimate, to make this exercise more efficient, to provide the most precise more precise estimation. And what is the secret of every estimation technique usage? What is the secret? Can you ask yourself? And I can help you to provide the answer on that. So first of all, the main secret is the next. It doesn't depend on technique that you're going to use in general. It doesn't depend, believe me. It depends on the quantity of tries on team level when you're going to apply this or that techniques in your practice. Step by step, with the iteration process of some technique usage, you're going to be more precise, more precise, more precise, and more precise. Only one thing that you need to be aware. You need to choose the most applicable technique to the right estimation object. That is the key question. That is the cornerstone of estimation process. Please don't invent the bicycle when you don't need to do that. Just if you have enough, for example, if you have enough information and if you have some elements of work breakdown structure, some development, some elements, yeah, or some parts of work breakdown structure very well described, why you should use some strange technique, for example, ordering method or affinity mapping, etc. If you have enough information, if you have more or less a team with very good level of seniority, please use t-shirt sizing. Please use, for example, planning poker with planning poker, yep, Fibonacci sequence, etc. But please make sure that you're going to use the technique that is applicable, and the main criteria of application this or that estimation techniques are the next. Simplicity, the first one. The second one, quick of usage. Yeah, how you can quick to start, how much time you need to spend to start use this technique, not on individual level, on team level. Yep. And does this technique just reflect the specific of the objects that you're going to discuss? That's all, nothing more. Please don't forget about that. And you have the homework, because we are limited with our time, and I want to share much more interesting information, practical oriented information with you guys. So please think about these three things that are related to the cornerstone of estimation process, and use this list of mentioned estimation approaches to think, is this or that estimation process applicable to your project specific or not? And how you will find out that fact? Again, easily. You need to know the specific of this technique usage with simple steps. What you should prepare, or what you should use on the first, second, third, and other stage. Yeah. In that case, believe me, guys, you see the project specific, you see the team level maturity, you see this technique usage sequence of actions, and you're going to match everything. You will see that this or that techniques is easily, or the simplicity of usage. Yep. You see this criteria. Do you have enough information to use this or that technique? And all other stuff will be on agreement, will be discussed at agreement on team level. Yeah, when you're going to propose this or that technique of estimation. So let's go forward. Please don't forget about this slide. Estimation influence on strategic decisions. Yep. Why we need to be precise with our estimation? Why we need to use more and more iteration steps to make our estimation with concrete team more precise, yeah, and more efficient. Why? Because our estimation process has some influence on project goals decisions. Yep. So as you can see, guys, we have analyze how and when. Yep. So with the first part of this slide, as you can see on the screen, we have to know the costs and efforts. Yep. This is the first thing related, for example, to VBS or solutions that we're going to propose. and develop, how expected benefits to be realized by implementing solution, life cycle cost of solution, potential risks, impact of the implemented solution, understanding the optimal acceptable way of work implementation, etc. Yeah. And at the middle of this scheme, we have with help of estimation sessions and when, the last part. Yeah. At project pre-sale and discovery phase, the first point, at project onboarding, at each milestone, in case of critical issues appearance, this is a really often case. In case of business model tangible changes, yep, in case of changes in solution and project plans. So we need to reuse our estimation techniques on periodic basis when we faced with such things on our projects. So that is why estimation that is why the question of precise estimation has a huge influence, could have the huge influence on some project steps, on project results and our actions. Estimation is a teamwork efficiency way. Yeah. Why? And we have an answer. Short answer. Because of the reason of influence on plans and actions executed in the timeline by efforts from the team side. We estimated the efforts related with the actions related with the results. Results is related with our goals and timelines. This is a simple sequence of object dependency. So that is why this is a critically important to provide this understanding on whole team level. And one more practical thing for your usage. This is some kind of template that we use in our practice. Yep. So as you can see, focus on time and efforts. Yeah. What does it mean for us? When you're going to estimate something, you should use this approach. What is the main sense of this approach? As you can see, guys, you have the simple table structure. Backlog item, nothing new. Description, short description. Maybe some dependencies behind the features. Between the features, and you have the estimation approaches, estimation 1, estimation 2, estimation average, yeah, column, risks, priorities, and actions. That's all that you need to use in your practice to make the best estimation whenever. The main, the tricky point is the next, that you shouldn't provide, for example, a lot of estimation approaches. Please use 2 or 3 of them. 2 or 3 of them that is applicable for your project. For example, if you're going to use t-shirt sizing, maybe you shouldn't use Kano model, yeah, the estimation approach that connected behavior of the customer with our other stuff, etc., etc. Maybe you shouldn't use that. Maybe choose another approach. And the main value of this template is the next, that you're going to have the average estimation generally in the separate column, and you decrease the probability of huge mistakes in times when you have the comparison points in this table, and when these approaches apply to all the objects and discuss on team level. And in that discussion, during estimation session, during the live discussion and very open and honest discussion inside the team, believe me, guys, you will have a lot of insights related to the potential risk, related to the priority, related to the actions. This is a key value of this template. Please use this complex template in your practice as well. And finally, main tips and tricks. Yep. So from business analyst side, of course. The first one, break the efforts into manageable parts. It's a common sense, but too many times I saw this mistake on practice, even more in EPAM. Use a variety of estimation techniques. Yes, we talk a lot about that, and you know why. Identify all the deliverables and artifacts. Yes, because with deliverables and artifacts creation will be provided the best understanding what you're going to do to your team. Yeah. Use the open group brainstorm. Yeah. Why we talked about. Align with the project planning approach. Yes. Set up a regular strategic overview planning session. For sure. About the last point, guys, a lot of us forget about because we have too much operational work. That's also true, but don't ignore this point. And finally, you have the final checklist from business analyst side that you can help to provide in your personal team. And again, finally, before the Q&A session, we have 10 minutes more for that. Sooner or later, quantity turns into quality, but with the necessary efforts. Again, guys, folk wisdom. Don't forget about that. This is the main secret of success in a lot of project activities. Just start do that, but do this or that things smart, with smart approach. And finally, with the right quantity of iterations and interactions, you're going to provide the better results. And estimation process is not is also the right point to apply such folk wisdom. So thank you for your attention, and now we are ready to answer your questions. You're welcome.
Thank you, Dmytro. So before the questions, I want to remember that don't forget to rate the event and say thank you to Dmytro.
And
we have put the link in the chat of this presentation. Right now we have a question from an anonymous person. I don't know if that person wants to be recognized. Please tell us. And this person have said, will artificial intelligence solutions like ChatGPT help us in the future to make estimations? What is your opinion? And if so, how will this help will be included in the development team?
Oh, that's a great question. Actually, this is hype question, I guess, these days. And you know, guys, it's not a secret that ChatGPT and AI solutions just make the changes in our life right now. And I want to highlight the couple of, in my personal opinion, I want to highlight a couple of parts, yeah, that I want to provide to this in this answer. The first one is about ChatGPT is, yes, ChatGPT use the AI model, etc., 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 but it's not, how to say, it's not, I guess it's not a real AI, yeah? It's more about some kind of AI, this technology based on some kind of AI elements. Yep, you know why? Because ChatGPT can't create the new things. He just can't. It just can't analyze existing one, yeah, or existing things. Yes, this chat group information very well, especially in some areas with some questions, etc. But at the same time, guys, you know that in different companies, you have a lot of restrictions to use the NDA information in ChatGPT, with ChatGPT work, etc., etc. So if you, that is why I divided this activity into in two big parts. If you need to have, or if you need to save your time and save your effort to understand something new in the main area, yes, for sure, ChatGPT is the right choice. Absolutely, yes. But please don't forget to check this information or double check this information, because ChatGPT is not the ideal tool right now. If we talk about providing of estimation, that could be real estimation. That could be tricky point. Why? Again, because ChatGPT isn't create new things. Yep. ChatGPT just makes some kind of information analysis, collect the conclusions and provide these conclusions to you. Yes, of course, it saves your time, but guys, you need to remember one thing, that ChatGPT won't be responsible for your work. That is why you need to provide the vote, you need to provide the sensitive estimation analysis based on existing information, may be collected with ChatGPT help as well, to provide the right estimation to your with your on team level for some of the features, etc., etc. Why? Because your team will be executors of these or doers in that case. Yep, not ChatGPT. So please don't pass this responsibility to not ideal tool. Yep. This is
Okay.
answer.
Thank you. We have 4 minutes and we have one more question. The question is, in situations where is from Daniel Cardozo. In situations where there is a significant discrepancy between estimates from different teams members or different estimation approaches, what will be your recommended approach to reach the consensus? How would you factor in varying degrees of experience and expertise within the team when resolving such differences?
Awesome question. Thank you so much for this question, guys. So I like it very much. And the first thing that I want to share with you, in my opinion, based on my personal experience. So you know that if you have some kind of differences, huge differences, yep, it means a couple of things, guys. It means that you need to investigate much more. Why, based on the comments from your team members, why these or that team member provide the extremum estimation. Yep. So why this difference happened in their heads? This is a first cornerstone question. You need to understand the arguments that are going to provide to the team for the next discussion. And you definitely need to identify the reason why. Yeah, what does it mean in practice? For example, if you see that guy, this developer and that developer 1, developer 2, provide the different estimation because the first developer think about the one technique that he could use, another developer think about another technique that he could use. It's okay. Just choose the better technique and align these people with actions. If you see the reason is not on execution level, but on the level of understanding what should be done conceptually, it's another case. It's a more interesting case. It's more difficult case for us guys, because in that case you need to provide some investigation. Yep. So why? Because it means that something isn't clear in description. Something wasn't investigated till the end. Yep, etc., etc. So that is why it's a basis for the next discussion. Maybe you need to make a break to take this item, to provide this item to your developers, and maybe let's do with them together some kind of investigation, yeah, and came back to this estimation to this estimation question next time, yeah, if you have an option, or was additional estimation session. It also could be, it also applicable. Yep, and I think that in that case, when you going to investigate the reasons, when you're going to investigate the domain area in deep manner, you will see what was the reason of this difference. And in that case, you definitely, believe me, get the alignment. Definitely. In big idea area, I have an experience right now more than 9 years. We can just rounded this up to 10 years in the autumn, yeah, in this autumn. So I never saw any kind of examples when this additional investigation can't help us to make alignment behind the people in the team with their estimation approach. And also it could means for us that you maybe don't, if you have a lot of differences behind estimation approaches, it means for us that maybe some of your estimation approach that you're going to use isn't applicable very well to the project specific. That is also could be an answer. So please be attentive. Please be attentive and provide your attention to such question in very, very correct manner. Discussion, 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 and one more time discussion. If you're going to discuss everything, you will decrease a lot of risks, because any kind of assumptions that was accepted during the discussion is our potential risk. Please, guys, don't forget about that. Thank you. Francisco?
Okay, thank you. Dmytro, we have more questions, but we have no time, so I will maybe pass you the questions and you respond in the page.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and after that you will elect the best question for the patch. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much, Dmytro. Excellent presentation. And
thank you, guys.
Thank you. See you next week.
See you. Stay with us.